Hey everybody, I have been investing in the stock market since around early 2017, so almost 4 years now. Now with that being said, I do not consider myself a stock market expert by any means, but I think it's very interesting to see what other people are invested in, especially people that I know, whether I'm friends with them or it's people that I follow on YouTube. So in this video, I'm gonna go over my top 8 investments in the stock market. Keep in mind, this is not advice or me telling you what stocks you should buy. If you're interested in investing in the stock market, you should always do your own research, and this is basically just for entertainment purposes only. Now let's jump into it. Coming in at number 8 is Beyond Meat. Now basically Beyond Meat is a plant-based meat alternative, and this is a stock that I really believe in because they are the leader in this industry, and I think this industry is going to grow as a whole over time. After having lived in Sweden for the past 3.5 years, I've seen how widely adopted it's become of people enjoying plant-based meat products. And there's so many people in Sweden that are either vegan or vegetarian, and it's becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. And the thing about Beyond Meat is they're really going after traditional meat eaters. I mean, I think of myself, I love traditional meat products, but if a company is able to develop their products so that they taste just as good as real meat and become the same price or even less in price, there are so many advantages to eating a plant-based alternative. Whether it's for the treatment of animals, for the environment, or for personal health reasons, there are a lot of advantages of a vegan or vegetarian diet. And let me be perfectly clear, that's not coming from somebody that is a vegan or vegetarian. I eat meat on almost a daily basis, but I'm just trying to think 10 years in the future, 20 years in the future. I feel like as the science and as the flavors and tastes get better and better on these products, not only for Beyond Meat, but also for other companies that are doing similar things, I think that they're just gonna take more and more market share from the traditional meat companies, and that's why I'm holding this one for the long term. Coming in at number 7 is Walt Disney stock. Now, Disney is a company that has been around for a long time, and they have so many name brands of content that we all love to watch. From all the traditional Disney films, you think of Mulan, Lion King, Frozen, the list goes on and on and on. And then they also own Lucasfilms, so they've got Star Wars, they own Marvel, and then they also own properties like ESPN, the sports broadcasting network in America, and a large percentage of Hulu. I started buying Disney when they announced Disney Plus because I thought with all of these name brand entities that they own, they can produce so much quality content under the Disney name that is going to be really tough for other companies to compete with. There's no doubt that the world has been moving away from cable channels more towards direct-to-consumer streaming type of channels, and I think that Disney Plus is going to be extremely dominant in this space. If you compare Disney to a company like Netflix, you can look at the PE ratio, the price to earnings ratio, and if you look at this, Netflix is trading way more richly than Disney is. So the way I was viewing Disney is that I was buying a company with a long track record of success. They're very diversified. They're not only the streaming business and their entertainment properties, but they've also got theme parks, cruises. I really like businesses that are diversified, and also during the pandemic, their cruise line and their parks and recreations took a huge hit, so I was able to buy more Disney stock at a cheaper price. So I'm really excited to see how this evolves over time, how Disney is able to create more content for their Disney Plus streaming platform, and if they can become a huge player in this space over time. Next up, we've got Amazon stock. Amazon is a company that is just dominant in every single industry that they go into. Now, when it comes to Amazon, I bought one share of this company because it's a company that I believed in for the long term 3 years ago for a little over $1,000. And now the stock is trading over $3,000. So I made almost 200% return on my investment. And this is a company that I just really believe in for the very long term. So it's a stock that I bought a long time ago, and I thought I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to look at it no matter what happens to it, because Amazon is just a company that is really doing amazing things in whatever industry they go into. Moving up the list at number 5, we have Google. Now, Google is what you're watching this video on right now because Google actually owns YouTube. Now, as somebody that absolutely loves YouTube and spends probably way too much time on this platform, this is a company that I wanted to invest in, and I also started investing in a very long time ago. I really like Google because, again, it's a very diversified company with a lot of revenue streams from a lot of places. They're very dominant in the search business, and I don't really see any competitors taking them from that #1 spot anytime soon. And if you look at their balance sheet, they're in a very, very healthy position. So this is another company that I'm definitely in for the long haul. At number 4, we have Apple stock. Apple is a company that I just love. I'm an Apple fanboy. I've owned Apple devices all my life, from MacBooks, iPhones, iPads, AirPods, Apple Watch, everything. And there's something about Apple, once you get into this Apple ecosystem, it's really difficult to leave because you just fall in love with Apple products. Everything just works so seamlessly together, and I don't ever see myself switching away from Apple products. They've got an incredible business model. And they're also getting more into services, which Wall Street loves, when they're able to charge money every month for subscriptions to their either cloud service or music service. All of these types of services that they offer. I just think Apple is an amazing company. They've got an amazing balance sheet, they've got amazing products, they've got a strong moat around their business. Once you get into Apple, it's sticky. You want to stay with Apple products, and that's just a business model that I absolutely love. I've been buying Apple for a long time, and I'm always trying to buy more Apple stock whenever the price takes a dip. Coming in at number 3, we have Facebook stock. Now, Facebook is a company that also owns Instagram and WhatsApp. And for me, in my day-to-day business as a marketing manager, we rely a ton on Facebook ads to generate leads for our business. And I know a ton of other small businesses out there love to use Facebook ads because Facebook has so much data on its users that you can target super specific on the types of people you want to find. I mean, if you're a business owner in 2021, there's no way you're going to be wanting to put ads in newspapers and radio and print when you can get extremely specific data with Facebook. And because I own both Google and Facebook, I have such a strong hold on marketing and advertising in my portfolio because those are the main places where businesses love to advertise, whether it's on Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. This is a business model that I just absolutely love, and because Facebook is something that I use both personally and for business in my day-to-day life, it's an investment that I feel very, very comfortable holding. Now, my second largest investment is by far and away my safest investment, and this is the investment that should be the number one investment in my portfolio, except the number one investment was a speculative stock for me that just went crazy bananas. I'll get to that later. But in this position, I have Vanguard index funds. The Vanguard S&P 500 index fund basically holds proportions of all of the top 500 companies in the S&P 500. And depending on how the overall market performs, this index fund will track those companies. On average, the stock market will go up 7% per year. Some years you're gonna have more than 7%, some years you're gonna have less than 7%. But on average, you're just going to increase your money over time in a very, very safe way if you invest in index funds. For people that don't want to research individual stocks and do all the research, I recommend invest in an index fund. Do not touch the money, just leave it in, contribute it to it every month or every year, and you'll slowly see that money grow over time. This is an investment that has grown much more slowly than most of my other investments, but it's that safety, that security of having a holding that I know is always going to be there, it's always going to be growing. As somebody that doesn't like a ton of risk, an index fund is a great way to go, and that's why I have so much money in this fund. And here it is, guys, my number one largest position in the stock market. Does anybody have any guesses? It is Tesla stock. I started buying Tesla stock 2.5 years ago, and this was my speculative position. At the time, Tesla was only about 5% of my portfolio, but over the last 2.5 years, I'm up 1,400% on my shares of Tesla. I never sold. This is a company that I strongly believe in the long term. Elon Musk just became the richest person in the world because he owns so many shares of Tesla. It's absolutely crazy what Tesla is doing with their technology, with their autonomous driving, the potential to have an autonomous taxi network in the future where you don't even need to drive yourself. Right now, you call up an Uber and you're paying both your Uber driver and Uber to take you places. In the future, you could own a Tesla and basically rent out your car to drive itself and become a taxi and earn money for you in the future. I mean, it's just crazy to think of the types of things that Tesla is doing. Elon Musk is an absolute superhero. I wish I could buy more Tesla, but it's really, really hard for me to buy Tesla at over $800 a share when I was buying them for only $55 a share a couple of years ago. It's absolutely insane what has happened with the stock. This was never supposed to be my largest stock. It's a company that I've believed in for a very, very long time. And my only regret is that I didn't buy more. So with that, guys, those are my top 8 investments in the stock market. I hope you found this video interesting. If you want some free stocks, check out the link down below and get started with Webull. It's just basically free money. How can you say no to that? Smash the like button and subscribe if you like this type of video. With that being said, guys, I'll see you in another one.